Minecraft looks very innocent on its surface, but there's a dark, chilling side to the game, with folk tales of strange entities like Herobrine being sighted in-game based on accounts spanning back years, and weird things happening to people's worlds. Something strange is definitely going on, but not everyone has seen these types of behaviours in their game. What if I told you there was a way to unlock the darker side of Minecraft? These horror mods add spooky, scary new mobs, bosses, and items to your game. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Sanity. In the game The Forest, there's a sanity feature where things get darker the more crazy that you get. The Minecraft Sanity mod adds a similar feature in which your sanity meter can drop as you kill friendly mobs and eat bad or rotten food. You can recover and raise sanity by sleeping or eating good food, although if your sanity drops, you may see consequences as you drift into psychosis. Some strange things have the chance to happen, such as ghost zombies spawning and targeting the player before vanishing. Light seekers, strange creatures made of smoke, can also appear to fight with the zombies, making strange noises before vanishing when they reach a light source. Harmless staring eyes can also appear, glowing and looking at you from the darkness. Based on the mechanic of the same name from the game The Forest, this mod adds in a new gameplay feature called Sanity that players need to actively monitor and keep up with. For an example, killing passive mobs that aren't inherently aggressive towards you and eating bad food like rotten flesh will lower your sanity level. However, having good levels of sleep and making sure you eat higher quality food items like pumpkin pie will increase your sanity. If you let your sanity level dip too low, you'll experience some nasty side effects. Some of the consequences would be ghost zombies that spawn and target you, vanishing when exposed to the light and dropping spectre goo upon death, light seekers that are smoke creatures that assist the zombies in attacking you, being extremely loud, and then there's the staring eyes that are invisible mobs that cause you to feel pretty uncomfortable as they stalk and watch you from afar. Eyes in the darkness. As Halloween draws closer, the barrier between the world of the living and the world of the dead becomes ever so thin, allowing strange beings to escape and come to the other side. This mod will increase the creep factor in your world as you explore. At nighttime particularly, you may notice some yellow glowing blinking eyes watching you. As a chill goes down your spine, you may consider looking away, but beware, that may not be the best idea. Meandering through the woods at night can be a spine-chilling experience to say the least, but what if you heard something in the bushes? Even worse, if you actually saw something surrounding you. If you want to spook yourself out, this mod should successfully do that. This mod adds in some spooky looking, yellow blinking eyes that appear in the distance amongst the trees and in the darkness that will creep you out for sure. Do yourself a favour and don't turn away if you see them, or it'd be at your own risk. Harvester's Night. During the night, when thunder strikes on a cloudless sky, when laughter echoes, a fiery smile can be seen. The Harvester is a brand new boss entity that spawns during nighttime, entering the world by a lightning strike as he laughs out loud. If you defeat this troublemaker before the sun rises again, you'll receive his scythe weapon as a drop, which is a powerful tool that you can use for mowing down grass, flowers and leaves, and it's actually useful for farming. This boss is sinister and creepy, but he's meant more so as an early game boss, which you can fight near the beginning of your world, so he shouldn't be too difficult or too much of a challenge. Herobrine Mod. I don't have to tell people about the Herobrine mod, it's so popular that you've probably either played it or at least heard of it, and I'm sure everyone who's a player of Minecraft knows about the Herobrine creepypasta. This mod re-adds Herobrine into Minecraft, letting him have a really rare chance to spawn in your world and cause havoc. For a scary, annoying and dangerous mob, you're in the right place here. Strange things can happen in your world when you summon Herobrine with a special totem in game. For an example, you'll see strange and and cryptic messages, get attacked and ambushed by zombies, Herobrine cows and chickens, see strange shapes and structures constructed in your world, or see weird signs placed down with chilling messages on them. You might even see Herobrine in the distance, watching you or stalking you, or even teleporting around the world. This is a really creepy mod to play alone, especially at night time. Mod Resurrected. A revival of the original John mod from Minecraft 1.6.2, this mod brings a spooky, fast and strong mob called John. John spawns by himself and deals 2.5 to 3 hearts of damage with a base health of 50 hearts, being a pretty tough fight. This mob will generally spawn within caves, extreme hills, plains or forests at daytime, being hostile to villagers. This mob drops the immortality gem, which you can use to craft a powerful immortal sword, or he can also drop a tear that you can make a potion from to get a strength buff. He also climbs walls and doesn't take fall damage or fire damage. There's a baby version and a Mega John version of the mob, so be careful because trouble is afoot. CreepyPastaCraft. This mod brings the world of creepypastas to life in Minecraft by adding a series of different hostile mobs from creepypasta stories posted online on the internet. The mod includes a bunch of mobs, items and weapons, armor and more. You use the laptop block in the mod, which creates creepypasta archives, which function as special spawn eggs to summon the entities to life in your world. This mod includes creatures and pastas such as the Rake, Smile Dog, Squidward and Jeff the Killer to name a few. Creepypasta. If you're a fan of creepypastas or online horror stories, this mod is a nice one which adds some characters from creepypastas to the game. This mod is fairly smaller as it has only a few mobs compared to some of the other mods on this list, but it's a good mod nonetheless. One of the reasons why it's good though is because you have to collect pieces for items in order to craft them. For an example, the Jack-in-a-Box character requires you to collect all of the segments of the item first to craft it so that you can summon him. This mod includes Slender Man, Jeff the Killer and Jane the Killer, and the Possessed Child, to name just a few. There's some really nice creepypasta inspired mobs in this mod, and it's a really nice spooky mod to play with. Horror movie monsters. Hence its name, this Minecraft mod brings many different horror creatures, characters and monsters from some of your favourite scary movies. A lot of these mobs also have their own unique weapon drops when you defeat them. These are dropped with an 100% drop chance, so you don't have to defeat them multiple times, with them dealing the exact same damage as their weapons do. Some of the mobs in this mod have unique spawning conditions, such as Freddy Krueger having a 6.66% chance to spawn when you go to sleep, and Freddy will also attack Jason Voorhees when they see each other, which is a reference to the Freddy vs Jason movie. The Frankenstein monster will also turn into a giant Frankenstein when he's struck with lightning. This mod includes a lot of different creatures including Billy the Puppet from Saw, Michael Myers from Halloween, Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th, Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street, Leatherface, Ghostface from Scream, Chucky from Child's Play, Pinhead from Hellraiser, Pennywise the Clown from Stephen King's It, the Candyman, Annabelle, and so much more. Slender Man Mod. One of the most well-known and famous creepypastas of all time, Slender Man is now part of Minecraft 2. This mod adds the mysterious entity from folklore into the game. Invading Minecraft, the Slender Man can teleport just like an Enderman, disappearing and reappearing. He will spawn extremely rarely in biomes, particularly forests. When you spot him or he sees you, you'll be notified that he's found you, granting you just 50 seconds to flee and try to escape, as he will follow you until you die or he dies. On normal mode or above, only diamond or slender tier swords can defeat him. He can break glass, doors, trapdoors, all light sources, and he will drop a child's soul when you defeat him. These can be used to craft the special new slender armor and items in the mod. If you place a slender spawner above a black piece of wool, you'll allow slender men to spawn in your world, stopping them when it's broken. Doctor Who Weeping Angels. If you've ever seen Doctor Who, you'll be aware of those creepy statues, aka the Weeping Angels. Based on the paranormal entities of the same name from the BBC show, this mod adds Weeping Angels that teleport you to a random place in a random dimension, which also supports custom modded dimensions. You can only hurt them with pickaxes or use the Chronodyne generator item to zap them out of reality. There's an item in the mod called the Timey-Wimey Detector, which notifies the player when the angels are nearby. Don't look away when playing this mod, or you'll be in for a set of chilling surprises. Aliens vs Predator. Everyone knows about the Aliens vs Predator movies. They're definitely some of my favourite sci-fi horror movies of all time, and they're so memorable and unique. The AVP Minecraft mod is super high quality, and it's based off the film material to make a science fiction, horror-based Minecraft mod using content from the Aliens vs Predator franchise. It's not only based on the movies, but also comics and other material in the AVP universe, as well as the Prometheus movie. This mod adds all new dimensions, mobs, weapons, armor, blocks and items, and has a whole host of brand new content. The 3D models for all of the mobs in here, like the aliens, facehuggers and predators, look amazing, and it's clear that there's so much work that was put into this mod. If you want to turn your Minecraft game into a science fiction survival horror experience, try out playing with this mod. Biomancy. Biomancy is a truly strange mod. This mod is all about biomanipulation or biomancy, focusing on themes of biopunk and having the elements of flesh magic that have been spun together to result in a truly vile and unpleasant experience, resulting in a strange set of creatures of necromancy that shouldn't exist in the real world. Using a cauldron and various ingredients to get started, you can set out on your path to resurrecting or creating very disturbing creations, like you're some kind of Dr. Frankenstein. Pleh Emstruhtee. This test mod by the author contains some really good quality content that's extremely creepy and somewhat reminds me of something from a Tim Burton movie, and I still don't really have a clue if I'm even pronouncing the name closely to what it's actually supposed to be or not. It adds in a few horror monsters and some creatures which are reminiscent of the nether dimension, but the armor types and the brand new weapons also look extremely attractive and quite unique, especially the 3D sword. The Dead Sea. This land of terror, the Dead Sea, is a horror dimension that's truly unique and full of deadly despair. In this land, you need to be brave to survive. The Dead Garden biome is an arid desert with creepy sounds, a place where your hunger will run rampant. The Forgotten Forest is a forest of the dead where no living humans can be sighted, with bodies hanging about and danger at every corner. The City of Ashes biome is a city lost in time, filled with deadly creatures and secrets in the darkness. Then the Haha Land, the fourth biome, is a long-forgotten amusement park, an attraction haunted by zombies that seek to reap the souls of the living that remain. Now, if you don't like clowns, maybe avoid this place. Oh, and enjoy the rides. spooky, scary jockeys. Jockeys in Minecraft are very rare occurrences. If you see a skeleton riding a spider, you're counted as pretty lucky and it's a fun sight. The purpose of this mod is to add in some different new types of these jockeys, bringing some new spooky combinations. For an example, there are now skeletons that ride on larger bats that will track down and swoop towards the player just like phantoms, with a skeleton on the back firing at the player at the same time. Next up are Vex bat jockeys. These are bats carrying Vexes at faster speeds through the sky, and of course this means walls don't block them out. Lastly, there are now wither skeletons riding on gas. You read that one right. These are small gas which are faster than the normal types and can't personally fire projectiles, but the wither skeletons can still snipe you with fire arrows from up to 100 blocks away. So good luck with that. Project Fright mod. Project Fright is a mod that adds many mobs, items and blocks from different horror franchises. But it doesn't stop there. It also adds a series of biomes and some dimensions from them too. Many of these are based off of movies and TV shows of pop culture, or video games and books, art, legends and folklore, and creepypastas for an example. You'll have to face serial killers in this mod, and other dangerous monsters and foes, so enjoy wandering about in the dark. Sculkhunt. Ever heard of Minecraft Manhunt? Perhaps you've seen Dream's Manhunt videos on YouTube. Well, this mod puts a unique spin on that game mode by adding in some stealth horror elements to it, making it a fun mode for 4 to 8 players. The game begins with a phase of preparation, where one of 5 players is picked as a skulk tracker who must hunt the other players. The role of the survivors is to try to reach a stronghold to quickly escape through the end portal before the skulk trackers eliminate them. The survivors only have a single life and will join the skulk trackers team once they fall in battle, and join the hunt until no survivors remain. The skulk catalysts spawn and spread around players and must be destroyed to try to obtain Eyes of Ender to be used to reach the stronghold and light the portal. These trackers can see vibrations through the walls, but cannot locate players who are invisible or using stealth to their advantage. Horror Elements mod. This mod adds a super scary and gory set of elements into Minecraft to make it much scarier and a little bit warped. The mod adds strange elements like bloody villager heads with spines hanging from them, just like something from the AVP movies. But with this mod, there's a variation of 17 different skulls, 2 hanging bodies, 2 different types of blood that prevent you needing to use redstone to act as a blood placeholder, and many different custom blocks, like dead pigs, headless bodies, or impaled skeletons and monsters. Sounds nice, right? This is definitely a horror mod that you can make use of for a horror map, or for decorating those chilling locations. Scape and Run Parasites. The overworld is a chilling and treacherous place, one littered with brain-thirsty zombies and evil creepers. Well, with Scape and Run, things get even more dangerous. That's because it fills the world with hostile parasitic creatures to the game that spawn in the wilderness and can possess other host organisms and combine to become wild monstrosities. You will find parasitic humans, villagers, and animals with horrid growths and mutations all around the world, with parasite creatures that can take over any animal and warp them into things of nightmares. These parasites work in synergy to form together to become larger and stronger, or just to spread their blight across the world, to slowly infect the world day by day, making things progressively more dangerous the longer you play. Legends Mod. The Legends Mod is a huge diverse mod with content encompassing many different popular fandoms and franchises, from Godzilla to Marvel and DC superheroes, each being individual add-on packs that offer a lot of new content. But it's the horror feature that puts the Legends Mod on the list. This part of the Legends Mod is based on a range of different fictional tales and myths, as well as popular movie franchises, such as The Evil Dead, Dracula, Halloween, Friday the 13th, and Nightmare on Elm Street, to name a few. You can take on the role of a killer or a horror creature of the night in this mod, something you can do with the altar block, which lets you take on your chosen roles and unlock their legacies. Some of the characters you play as in the mod include Dracula, the Wolfman, Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, Chucky, and the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. Oh, and not to mention Gillman from Creature from the Black Lagoon, if you're feeling classic that is. AbyssalCraft. Centered around exploration, this mod has an underlying theme of magic, and it takes on inspiration from the workings of author H.P. Lovecraft, adding evil elements into Minecraft. To set out, you begin by crafting the Necronomicon, an evil book made of a book combined with rotten flesh and iron. This book is your guide to learn about everything in the mod, also being the catalyst for enacting rituals. The dimensions in AbyssalCraft make up what is referred to as the Abyss, a compendium of alternate worlds, coming to 4 in total. The first is the Abyssal Wasteland, a derelict green world littered with the undead. Then there's the Dreadlands, a red world crawling with mutated, twisted beings. Omerthal is a realm of floating islands with a city built upon them, a place where the final boss is encountered. Then the last is called the Dark Realm. This is a dark place which sits beneath Omerthal, populated by living shadows and acting as an extension of that realm. These dimensions are all reached via the use of special gateway keys, which can place down portals when placed on a pedestal. Entity 303. Sometimes referred to as the new Herobrine, Entity 303 is a story based upon an alleged former employee of Mojang fired by Notch, who wanted revenge on the game and its players, hacking people's games and corrupting their worlds, and causing general mayhem. This Minecraft mod brings this strange white-hooded figure to life in-game, spawning him in as a mysterious boss that wreaks havoc in your worlds, flying and causing destruction. SCP Lockdown. One of the most beloved mods on Minecraft, the SCP Lockdown mod is a remake of the older SCPcraft and adds some new blocks, items and entities based upon the SCP fandom. The great thing about this mod though is that it adds a total of over 63 brand new SCPs, all with unique designs, abilities and features. You'll find all of your favourite SCP creatures in this mod, and you can use it to roleplay in an SCP facility map, which is really cool. I made a full series on SCP Lockdown over on my channel, which you can check out to see more if you want to see what this mod has to offer. Henderson Mobs. Henderson Mobs adds the most popular cryptids and monsters created by Trevor Henderson, which includes the very popular Siren Head creature. In this mod, the world will spawn corruption blocks, which eventually hatch into one of the 3 creatures within the mod. There's also brand new creepers that spawn around the world too, which looks super sinister. There's the Siren Head mob, which towers above the player, the Crawler mob that pulls itself across the ground, trailing dirt behind it, and also the Chicken Head mob that moves across the ground with a shadow cloud behind it, the Siren Head mod. For a brand new challenge, you can now recreate the Siren Head game within Minecraft. The mod adds Siren Head as a brand new mob, along with a hunting rifle weapon and some ammo to give you a chance to take him out. The new watchtower structure also spawns in the game, spawning in plains biomes, with the Siren Head mob appearing in swamps, redwoods and taiga biomes at night time. Get your weapons out, there's a fight tonight and it's not going to be easy. Granny. If you've ever played the game Granny, you'll be at home playing this mod. In the Granny game, she locks you inside her house and you have to try your best to be quiet, hide and then escape over a series of 5 consecutive days. The Granny mod has the single purpose of just adding Granny as a mob into Minecraft. This is a really basic mod, but it brings some extra danger and brings one of people's favourite horror characters straight into Minecraft for you to fight or hide from. Whisperwoods. The forest is now converted into a spooky experience full of danger and legend within this mod. Many new multiple creatures will inhabit the woods and stalk you as their prey, making for a horror-like experience. The vibrant eyes of the hide behind can be seen nearby trees in the night as it stalks very silently. The cause of many missing woodsmen and forestmen. And then there's the Herxgeist, a spectral deer mini-boss that summons wisps to fight for it, and it uses the power of flame attacks to defeat its enemies. The Graveyard. What better thing to do on Halloween than stumble into a spooky haunted graveyard? The Graveyard mod adds in some new structures, mobs, and blocks to make things a little spookier this Halloween. But it doesn't stop at graveyards. There's a haunted house with its own secrets within. Graveyards of small, medium, and large sizes. Memorial birch trees, crypts that contain labyrinths that contain traps and loot inside, ruins with history from the past, and lich prisons that are floating islands above the oceans that contain the lich boss, a hero of the past that became corrupted, using its bone staff formed from remains of its victims to use immense power. There are a few other mobs like skeleton creepers, dark acolytes, reapers and ghouls, revenants, nightmares, wraiths, and corrupted illagers and ghoulings. The Horde event is also a new event that will cause a larger than life crowd of monsters to spawn and seek you out at night, and also destroy your home. So make sure that it's well equipped and the structure is impenetrable. The Legend of Herobrine. Herobrine, the most popular creepypasta story from Minecraft lore, and one of the biggest gaming myths there is. The Legend of Herobrine brings such a myth to life by adding in ways to summon in Herobrine into your world artificially by making a special altar out of an altar block with gold blocks, redstone torches, a special activator item, and also lava. If you want your world to become cursed and be haunted by Herobrine himself, then be my guest. Bloodmoon. The Bloodmoon mod adds a terrifying lunar event based on the same name from the game Terraria, having only a small 5% chance to activate during the night, in which there will be a highly increased number of hostile mobs that spawn in comparison to the normal level. But the thing that makes a Bloodmoon particularly dangerous is the fact that you can't sleep through a Bloodmoon night to avoid it. You may hide in the walls of your base and use it as a fortress, but you can't avoid the terror outside in the dark. Hardcore darkness. Darkness can be frustrating, especially when spelunking in deep down caves below. However, torches are always a quick fix, but with the hardcore darkness mod, things will actually be pitch black in the depths of the world. This means that if you have no torches with you, you won't be able to see a thing. This mod removes the minimum block and sky block features, so if you don't illuminate a dark patch with a light source, then it will be extremely dark. The mod also has some config options which allow for optional support for the nether, the end, toggling the alternative night skylight feature, and adding support for the twilight forest dimension, as well as the ability to blacklist certain dimensions to not use the mod's feature set. Vampirism. The Vampirism mod lets you become both a vampire and a vampire slayer. You can become a fast and strong vampiric beast in this mod, having many benefits and strengths, but also many drawbacks and weaknesses. For an example, the sun will damage you and you are susceptible to certain weaponry from the slayer's arsenal, as well as the actual slayers themselves, which sometimes will turn up to protect a village and its villagers. You have to manually inject vampire blood or be bitten in order to gain the debuff effect. This is called Sanguinaire Vampiris, which will slowly turn you into a vampire. Alternatively, you can also join the hunter side if you want to hunt down vampires instead. Vampires in the mod feed on blood, which can be sourced from both animals and humans. You can then advance your powers using skill points, which can unlock abilities like night vision, bat transformation, and teleportation. Vampire hunters function in a similar way, using weapons like a crossbow or stakes to eliminate vampires, also being able to level up and unlock their own respective skills, including some of those of a vampire, to use their powers against them. Vampires will spawn at night or in a new foggy biome, which allows them to spawn at any time of the day. This makes them extremely dangerous, so this is probably one of the biomes which you should be avoiding if you're not one of them. Bewitchment. Bewitchment is a fascinating mod all about the topic of demonic power via pacts with demons and monsters. The presence of the warring factions of both vampires and werewolves, the ability to brew strong potions, partake in rituals and in place curses flashes upon enemies. Bewitchment is a worthy Halloween mod, featured because of many of its features like the flyable broomsticks, fitting for any witch zooming across the night skyline. With this mod you can become a witch and tend to your garden of magical crops and ingredients for your brewing recipes. Create your very own chilling vampire lair with coffins, shrines, bats and candles, and be extremely powerful. But of course, beware of the full moon when the beast comes out. Pirates. Pirates is a really cool mod that adds in, you've guessed it, pirate related content into Minecraft. You can expect a range of pirate related blocks, items and NPCs and mobs. Now the reason this mod is particularly fitting for Halloween is because of its spooky ghost ships and ghost pirate crews. Ghost pirate ships are translucent phantom structures that have a percentage spawn chance to appear in ocean biomes in the world, with ghost ships having different ranked pirates with various weapon types on them, such as cutlass swords and daggers. Beware, the ghost pirates can only be seen under the moonlight. These ghost ships with warped wood-looking planks that make up their structures have very lucrative and valuable loot in the hulls of the ships, in barrels and chests that you can plunder if you can survive the haunted seas and defeat the crew themselves. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, and if you disagree with the top creepypasta horror mods in the video and you think I missed your favourite creepypasta mod, then definitely let me know what that is in the comments section below and tell me which of these mods is your favourite from this video and why. For more Minecraft videos, subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on and follow me at thebluecrusader for more updates on Instagram. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.